Her news last night completely shattered my heart. Hi there, welcome to Reddit Goat channel. Today we are going to have another unbelievable cheating story. But before we get started, please hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell so that you won't miss any of our daily cheating stories. Last night, my girlfriend told me that 3 years ago she made out with one of her ex about 4 months after we started dating. She was with this person on and off for 7 years before we were dating. While they were hanging out in a group, the situation happened once they were alone together outside. He asked her if he could tell her a secret and started kissing her, and she reciprocated and made out with him for about 2 minutes. She said she did not think about it / feel bad at the moment while it was happening, as it was someone she used to really care about and was her first love, but then felt horrible after. They were both drunk at the time of the incident. The ex in question has always given me red flags and made me insecure and anxious when they were hanging out together, as they are in the same friend group. I trusted her and gave her the benefit of the doubt and didn't want to seem like I was jealous and didn't trust her. My brain and my gut were telling me something possibly happened, but my heart was telling me that we love each other too much and she would never betray me and do something as horrible as that. I kept telling myself I'm just being too jealous and insecure, and I tried to suppress and bury the feelings the best I could. It got to the point where I felt like I was nearly driving myself insane, and she contributed to it by telling me I'd be crazy if I even thought something like that would ever happen. These feelings have subsided over the years as we've built a strong and healthy relationship. To my surprise, after almost 4 years of dating, my best friend, who I thought I was going to marry, have kids, and spend my entire life with, told me the news last night and completely shattered my heart. I feel betrayed, backstabbed, and used. We have built a wonderful life for ourselves and have been through hell and back together. We have pets that we deeply love, and we have become very close to each other's families. I want to do anything I can to stay in this relationship because I will always have immense love for her no matter what, but I don't know how to process this fact and continue on without having resentment towards her. We have matured as people and in life ever since, and the ex is no longer in contact anymore, and I don't think a situation like this would ever happen again, but I feel like the foundation of our relationship was built on lies. Here are some of the best comments from our community. So here's the issue: she lied. She has lied to you for 4 years. So how do you know she's not still lying? How do you or will you know if there weren't more times? How can you ever be sure she will remain faithful? From that moment, nothing she has said, done, or will say or do can be trusted. If you continue, you need to have a prenup in place for your protection. It needs to clearly state that if any infidelity is discovered, she immediately agrees to a non-contested divorce, she waived all rights to your income, retirement, etc., and any children will be guaranteed 50-50 custody. If she is truly remorseful and plans to stay loyal, she will sign it with no argument. If she fights you on it, you have your answer. At that point, run, don't walk. How nice. Not only did she betray your trust, but she was selfish enough to wait to tell you until the guilt was eating her up. This confession was for her benefit. As I have said here before, in situations like this, the cheater has 2 choices. 1, the better option, come clean ASAP. Or 2, bring the secret to the grave. Here's the second story. My crazy train ride relationships with serial cheaters came out good. Married my first wife and we were supposed to have a life together. She turned out to be a horrible person and a cheater, waited until my immigration status had expired, and refused to file the paperwork, leaving me in limbo and with nothing to go back to. I ended up being in the legal gray area for years because of endless appeals, but was essentially a not-so-legal immigrant. I only ended up marrying my second wife because I didn't think I could do any better than her because of the position I was in. She also turned out to be a serial cheater, and incredibly financially and emotionally abusive. Only good thing that came out of it was that my immigration status got sorted out, after more than 10 years of legal nightmares. In that process, I became so socially isolated from everyone in my life because of how she treated me, that I felt like I was already half dead. I had so much resentment towards her and had no feelings left for her. When her younger sister developed a crush on me, I reciprocated. It didn't end up going anywhere too far, but it was still really messed up. I walked out of that whole mess feeling more alone than ever and like I had no worth in life. I met someone younger through mutual friends, and she decided to latch on, and I was more than happy to get attention from someone young and relatively pretty. Made me feel alive. She was legal, but way too young for me. I should never have dated her. She ended up cheating on me and dating me and another guy at the same time, which we only found out later, and used me for money, rides, all of that. Messed me up big time. I came out of that in such a fucked up state of mind that I ended up sabotaging the next relationship I got into, with the most beautiful, smart, and loving woman I had ever met. I ended up mistreating her and cheated on her by sexting with other women online. I turned into exactly the kind of person I didn't want to be, since I'd been on the, more severe, receiving end of that for years. My closest friends know those things, but maybe not all of them and not all the details. I have nobody I can tell about it. When my, now ex-girlfriend found out about me cheating on her and everything I did in the past, she had a nervous breakdown and relentlessly emotionally and verbally abused me for a year and kept bringing up all my past misdeeds with her, the previous relationships, and everything. Dragged me back into my shame as much as she could. I think I'll carry shame and guilt over those decisions for the rest of my life. I can't even tell a therapist all of that. I don't know how to get over it. I have so much shame and guilt. Here's the third story. I'm either a complete moron, or she's a sociopathic liar. I've known about it for a few months now. Trust has never been an issue in our relationship, it was always just kind of a given that this couldn't and wouldn't ever happen. We know each other's passwords, our phones are interchangeable. So it was by dumb luck that I stumbled into a weird-looking conversation from a dude I'd never heard of. Not long into that rabbit hole, it's all fucking there. Gushing nool of romance, constant pics, all the games people play to get to know each other. It took her all of 2 days talking to this guy to decide that our entire 15 years was worth throwing out for him. She's prepared to leave me for him. I was devastated to discover this, and took it really hard. But I never let on to her that I knew. This came so far from left field, I would have bet my life this would never happen. Not her, no fucking way. So rather than confront her, I watched for signs that I must have been missing. And I'm either a complete moron, or she's a sociopathic liar. It's now 3 months later, and I've come to realize I'm hiding behind this lie. We get along great, we hang out every day and still act like best friends. She's pretending like she's not planning on leaving me, and I'm pretending like I don't know about it completely. I'm pretty self-aware in my situation, especially for how dumb I'm acting. I shouldn't be scared to bring this up to her, but I can't bring myself to confront her because it is that action that will bring everything down around us. It's like every day we hang out and pretend things are okay. I'm stealing another pleasant day with the person I love before the inevitable shit show takes everything I've ever cared about out of my life. I'm not interested in winning her back, this is not something I'm willing to move past. I'm not posting for advice, I've just never talked about any part of this with anybody, and after this much bullshit time, it's probably best that I did. So AMA. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for any future cheating stories.